Black and white. Is he better than Højlund? Yes. But I don't know if he's better than Ollie Watkins. If someone goes, look, we can get Ollie Watkins for about half of what it's going to cost us for him, and that means halfway to getting like a Baleba or somebody in as well, then we are a better squad overall. Manchester United have tried to buy players so often for the future. We need to be better this season because that manager will not be here if we're 15th again.
Hello and welcome to Stretford Paddock. My name is Joe and this is Off the Bar, brought to you by Betfred, Manchester United's official betting partner and sponsors of Stretford Paddock as well. I'm joined by Adam McKola. How are you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm joined by Jay Motty. How are you?
Very good. Good to see you again.
Good to see you as always. And Stephen Howson, right over there in the distance. How are you?
I'm just recovering from our warm-up.
A little warm-up that no one can ever see, unfortunately. But it was a good laugh. We're sat here in what I like to call Westlife mode, where we're all in our little chair. Maybe at some point we're going to stand up. We've got loads to talk about. We're going to be talking a little bit of behind the scenes on the tour stuff. There's been some chats that have taken place that I think people will be interested in. I'm a little bit more interested in to hear some of the details of that as well. Also, since we last did a podcast together, United have basically ruled out everyone else and are going for Benjamin Sesko. So I want to talk about that, where we are up to.
Even Watkins. Have they
Even
actually ruled
Watkins.
out Watkins?
According to Floy Whitwell and David Ornstein,
What do they know?
they've made Sesko their first and I think only
Imagine if
choice at the moment.
Sesko's the guy that, like, because Arsenal kind of did this, didn't they?
Yeah.
Imagine United doing it and then it's like, oh yeah, we just got Watkins anyway. Just build the price down on him.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And Sesko's still there at the end of the summer.
Just playing for RB Leipzig. Well, should we start with Sesko or should we start with the behind the scenes stuff? What do we think?
I think behind the scenes
Let's
stuff.
start with a bit
Let's
of that
get
then.
into it, man,
Let's
because
get
we've
into
done
that.
Sesko and we can get back to that in
Yeah,
a minute.
we'll
But
come to that.
the behind the scenes stuff, because you guys have touched on it, I think you touched on it in your review, but you haven't got into it.
Yeah.
And there's been quite a lot going on, haven't there? We've all had some conversations, and Steve in particular,
Yeah.
with certain people, so it is quite fascinating. just
So a
from
lot
fan
of it
point of view.
sort of centered around the day before the game and the game in Chicago, which was a couple of days ago now. Start with you, Steve. You've had a few conversations. I want to start with the Jason Wilcox stuff because obviously he is the man that is all but running the football operations at Manchester United. He's been sort of promoted up through Dan Ashworth. He doesn't even exist anymore. And I think it's only Omar Barada that's sort of above him on that side of things.
They're inseparable, by the way.
Barada and
and
Wilcox.
Wilcox.
You spoke to him a couple of times. Talk to us about those meetings and some of the things that were said, and we'll kind of drill into it as you go along.
So I was with Rio at the team hotel on Saturday before the first game, and me and Rio had just been talking about how I wanted to know a little bit more understanding on what we're trying to do and the responsibilities of different aspects of our shape and how we defend and build up and that sort of stuff. And walked over to say hello and just hijacked the conversation and stuck it on a manager and asked him a question, and he was up for answering. He didn't look like put out in terms of answering. He was quite happy to answer. Got a legit answer out of him. A very sort of like man down the pub explains his Manchester United formation. Like
So this is a tactical question. This isn't like, who are we going to buy?
Yeah, well, I'm never gonna ask anybody that.
Is Rasmus
or
Højlund claiming
yeah.
that second goal?
Or ask who's claiming a goal in a press conference, because that would be a waste of a question and a journalism degree. So I wouldn't ask anything like that. No, I asked him a proper question, and then I seen him yesterday, and he came over to me. He must have recognised us from previously, and every cell in my body wants to ask what's going on with transfers, but then you don't get a third conversation, do you, if you start mithering things like that? So we spoke about mood in the camp and
So this
coaching.
is you and
and-
Wilcox now.
Yeah. And he's kind of just echoed what everyone else was saying about everything. And I mentioned, I spoke to Joe earlier on a video, and we said like the pre-season thing, a lot of emphasis gets thrown onto pre-season. And I was like, I feel like the one game a week, we can extend pre-season into the season and have, a lot more evolution and understanding of the game model, because we're only hitting one game a week. Like, we're pretty busy out here. Like, the players are busy out here. 2 games a week still out here. You've had 2 weeks in Carrington. Some players weren't there. You've come out here. You've got travel. You've got recovery. You've got all the rest of that sort of stuff involved. And I was like, I'm pretty sure we're going to do blah, blah, blah. And I mentioned that to Wilcox, and he agreed, and he said he was excited to see what that actually looks like. And he mentioned obviously from a financial point of view and a prestige point of view, Champions League football and winning the Europa League would have been the best outcome for the club. But taking what's actually happened, making the best of what circumstances are, one game a week gives us some opportunities to do some stuff in terms of progressing and keep the squad relatively small. And I meant to say something to him on there, but we ended up going down a different avenue. He was saying about the squad being relatively small, and we've spoken about this. It's actually a lot of depth emerging. Maybe not genuine world class in any position, but like there is genuine depth. Like there's options in defence, there's options in midfield, even if you don't agree that they're natural, and there's emerging options up front. Should we get this number 9, which we're clearly in the market for, whether or not we get it done prior to thinking. But like I said, I was never going to ask him something wank like a transfer question.
You just know you're not going to get the answer you want.
Well, that's it. Yeah, even if he answers you, you're probably not getting the truth.
He could be about to sign the deal for Sesko and he go,
We're working on a few.
nothing at the moment.
He'd probably give me something like that. Yeah, well, there's a few we're looking at. We'll do one of them in it. Yeah, so.
But
yeah,
just sorry, were you finished?
There's more we can
Pretty
go
much,
into.
yeah. I mean, we've had literally like last night, especially. There was so many little conversations. Like, I think did we mention it on our video before about they did a leg day yesterday after the game? Brilliant.
As Joe mentioned earlier, this podcast is sponsored by Betfred, proud betting sponsors of Manchester United and Stretford Paddock, of course. Me and Joe did a little bet builder, didn't we, for the Bournemouth game, and it came in. You can check out links in the description for all the latest odds. Make sure you are 18 plus and be gamble aware. And a big thank you for Betfred to sponsoring this podcast.
It feels like so often though, when you see like team sprinting, all that sort of stuff, we're either lower than the team we've just played or towards the bottom of the Premier League when Sky Sports will always chuck one of them out in November, and the first 3 months of the season United are 18th in terms of total distance run and stuff. And that can't just be the case forever. You're not going to win stuff by doing less work than everyone else, especially when it's such a hard-working, hard-running league, increasingly so. Like, I mean, it's obvious stuff in it, but then why doesn't it happen? Why does every manager come in and go, bloody hell, these lot aren't very fit? And every manager says that. Like,
and every manager wants them to be fit. Like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in his first training session went, "We'll be the fittest, most intense team in Europe." No, we won't. Yeah. But
not all the managers have the right ways and the methods to take that out, and their fitness team and stuff. They're not always going to have the right ways. But just to kind of reiterate his discussion with Wilcox on the atmosphere thing, you spoke with Luke Shaw and other journalists and fan channels did about, the atmosphere again and how it feels amongst the team. And then Mason Mount came over to us and I was speaking to him for a little bit because I like Mason Mount. I think he's a fantastic player. I think had we not signed him for 60 million with a year on his contract and then spent that year injured,
and give him the 7,
I think a lot of people would still be firmly behind him because he is a good player. I think he's a good lad as well. He's got the right intentions. He wants to work hard and his place in the team. And he will always give you that base level. Now, have the injuries taken a bit too much away from him? We don't know. That remains to be seen. But it could all be part of like the general fitness of the team. But I spoke to him as well and he was like that. The mood amongst the team is amazing. Like everyone's, and again, they're going to say this, but they don't have to say it. Do you know what I mean?
Especially when it's off camera.
And everybody's saying the same thing.
You can get a little... They're not going to say, between me and you, someone I don't really know very well, it's horrible in there. We all hate you. That. You're never going to get that. But you don't always necessarily get that extra stuff. We occasionally do get a nod and a wink that, actually, we didn't love that. And we've heard people talking about how much they didn't like the tour 2 years ago where it was travel. East Coast, then West Coast, then back to East Coast. That all seems to have been ironed out, and people genuinely do seem to be like preferring how things are doing now.
Do you see that though, Steve?
Basing in Chicago, they like as well.
Do you see that difference though? Because look, I get you spoke to Mason Mount, you spoke to Luke Shaw, you spoke to Dorgu, we spoke to players, but we have been here before. I'm not trying to put down on it, but we have spoke to players off camera, behind the scenes, and the mood's been great, and the camps look great, and the players have looked fit, and everyone's positive, and it's like, yeah, this feels like it's moving forward. Do you see a difference though? Because for the last 3 years in particular, I think we have had those conversations with players, especially off camera, which are a little bit more candid. We have had conversations with coaches and stuff like that. But when you look at it now, when you're chatting to now, do you feel there is a little bit of a difference with everything that's going on, or are you just sort of like, well, let's wait and see?
Well, there's a difference to how the last 2-3 months of the season was, but it was clinically bad the last 2-3 months of the season. And a lot of the players off camera acknowledged that, very candidly, like, listen, it can't be that bad again, and for whatever the reasons was behind that. We've not actually hit the 2015 summer levels of Manchester United on pre-season, where we play one-touch academy football against the likes of Barcelona and Real Madrid and smash them. We've not done that. Like, I don't think we've looked as good as that. But the problem with that is that was Lou van Gaal. That was this mad free-flowing football, and then the season started and we did not play that ever again. I believe we will play how we're playing on pre-season once the season starts.
I also do think it's a little bit different because in those pre-season camps when we've been there, I don't think players have even been willing to stop as much and just have not in terms of for mixed zones and when the mic's there and everything, but like, oh, I want to go over and say hello to him. Like even Harry Maguire came over and said hello to me, and
that put it on us, didn't it?
He was like, "You're right, Steve." Now, it could have been the ultimate power play. He was like, "Watch his bollocks shrivel."
Because they did. But, let's be honest, Adam, they did shrivel a little bit.
No, I just shook his hand. He walked off.
Yeah, but
I'm not gonna reject the handshake from him because I don't hate him.
Because you
just don't think he's a good player.
Been critical of him for years.
Right,
he came over to you.
That's what he said. He said,
and you turned to me after he left, and you said, "He did me a little bit there." in terms of
he did me with kindness.
He did you with kindness, and that's all you can ask.
Because
he
checked
said,
his fucking shoulder, didn't he?
Yeah.
For starters, he saw us and he come over.
and he came over.
You know what I think it is with Harry as well. Like, I think he knows we must be good lads because Tom likes us, and them two are very, very close, aren't they? Tom Heaton.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. Like I've had some awkward moments where it's like, when there's two of you meet and there's a third wheel standing there doesn't get introduced. We've had a few of those with various players on different tours, and it's been well awkward. It was similar to when Luke Shaw and me were in the gym the other year. That was about as awkward as it ever got. But yeah, like I got a lot of respect for how Harry's handled himself actually in recent years.
I've always said that as well. I've always said there's nothing. I've always said I don't think he's good enough. I don't think he's first choice. At the same time, I respect that. I want to be here. I've not kicked up any fuss. I lose the captaincy. I don't throw my toys out the pram, and I keep fighting for what I want. And I think I made the point of, and when we're looking at the squad before we got here as well, and you look at the squad and you go, all right, maybe we can improve in midfield, in goal, up front, etc. But even the ones that we maybe think shouldn't be here or we could improve on, Anana, Hoyland, etc. You look at them and you go, they all want to be here. They all clearly want to fight for something. Now we hope they move on and we can move them on and make some money and get some signings in. But every single player in this squad is here, ready to go, ready to stay, pulling in the right direction. And I think that makes a massive difference when you haven't got those stragglers like Luke Shaw called them. And I think that also impacts, like, when they're walking through a place like that and it's just off, just head down. I don't want to talk to anyone. I'm not really happy.
Yeah, when
with
one
the way,
does it, others do it.
I'm not really happy with the way things are going deep down. I'll pretend I am, but I can't be able to speak to everyone about it. You want me to pretend to like things? Like,
the only
don't have
person that I saw kind of dip through without kind of acknowledging everyone was Casemiro. And I think that's just because he don't speak good English, to be honest. I think that's probably.
Now, get me a
reason
wink.
why.
I do. I mean, look, I get that there seems to be a little bit more of a better atmosphere. Yeah, but one thing I do like is all this sort of preparation seems a bit better because you spoke about the tour where it was flying all over the country. We did one, didn't we, where it was Houston and okay, that was a resis for the San Diego game, but it was a bit ridiculous the amount of games. Plus, then you've got the idea of, you're talking about fitness and doing more running. There was one where, was it after 2 games, we lost 2 games, and I think it was a Brentford game when the manager's getting on with running to do 13 extra kilometres, including him, because they were running a lot more than us. It felt like we were always playing catch up. Yeah. Even with transfers at times, I know we've still got a long way to go in the window, but this time round, you've got Mbumo in the squad playing. I know he's training, he's not played yet. Cunha in the squad, even though his missus just had a baby. You are doing those things you mentioned in terms of working on the fitness, and hopefully we can go into this Arsenal game with a little bit of a run in this competition, these friendlies, whatever you want to call it, and that fitness levels and those signings that we've made already ingratiated into the squad. That feels a little bit different to me because in the past we've had this sort of catch up and it's like, right, Fulham, Xerxes thrown in because he's not been trained, he's not been fully fit. Mazraoui's just joined. It's all a bit sort of, there's almost a last minute feel to it. And I just hope this season that isn't going to be the case because it does feel a little bit more prepared and a little bit more relaxed.
I introduced myself to Josh as well. Let him know. He's ex-CFC president. Yeah. Hope you're doing well.
That's a kiss it off.
And he was like, I love you.
That's been flawless, hasn't it? All of those that he's done.
So
All of those. What? The second one. The first
Martial.
one was successful.
The Martial fan club is still going, by the way. They are taking on new members. To be fair, they're desperate for membership at this point. So
No, we're
if you
not.
wanna you are.
It's a small club, and we're happy with it like that. If you don't want to be there, just like United, don't be there.
Yeah, you
know,
don't want any stragglers at the
the people that
Martial
want-
members club.
The people that want to be there are there, all right,
They meet every third Thursday of the month.
Yeah.
if we're fit.
If we're which invariably they're not fit. I do think though that obviously we're looking at all the positives because we're playing better and we're winning games and we're scoring more goals and stuff. So it's
Not just that though, is it? It's like he said, it's performance.
yeah,
level.
and that's what I mean. It all stacks up, and I don't want to just be blindly positive because these friendlies, as we know, mean literally nothing. Obviously,
Iriola said, just to add to your point.
yeah. They said about United looking, we're nowhere near Man United at the moment. They smashed us or some phrase like that. I can't remember exactly what it
Blew
was.
our back bastard doors in.
It was essentially
That's what he said.
Verbatim.
That's what he said.
yeah, but also
Pass that Sudocrem.
I want to be a bit positive for a bit. Like this might not last until 10 games into the season.
Fucking right,
It's been
Joseph.
so
Hold on a
shit
minute. I told
for
everyone
so
3 weeks
long.
ago, we beat Arsenal.
Yeah.
We don't lose against Arsenal.
Well,
first
hopefully
game
we
of the
do.
season.
Because
win.
other than winning
Beat
the
them.
FA Cup,
Not only beat we
Right,
battered
good.
them.
destroy
want
it.
you to be
Other than winning the
backtracking. I
FA
thought you was
Cup,
gonna say
we've
we
not
would.
had like an actual real thing to enjoy for 2 years. Like the last season was diabolical. The season before that was our lowest ever Premier League finish at the time, or second lowest. Like it's been terrible for ages. And beating Liverpool was amazing. Beating City was amazing. The Lyon game was amazing. But realistically, we've not had much to go. Actually, this is looking quite good. I'm just enjoying being able to say that for as long as it might last or not last. Like you said, the Ten Hag thing, we've got to run 13 kilometres because they got outran 13 kilometres.
It's kind of insane, isn't it?
Pathetic.
Yeah, it is.
It's actually
I
pathetic.
enjoyed that though.
No,
I get it, but you shouldn't be
I love
after
the
having
response.
a reaction.
You should
like
already
that.
be fit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be getting beat 4-0 off Brentford and going, bloody hell, we're
Yeah.
not fit.
Again, it was external issues a lot of the time as well, where
what
not
made him
issues.
fine.
You've got World
Casemiro.
Cups, Euros,
Exactly, yeah.
injuries.
It's that whole reactionary thing, last minute, quick, let's get Anthony and Casemiro in because we're struggling and let's start running around the fields because we're unfit. Whereas now we at least look like we're getting ahead of the game. And like you say, Steve, going into a season with 1 game a week makes it a little bit easier. And I'm with Macca. I think the Arsenal game, I think
What if we
Arsenal.
I think we do,
If we win
Arsenal.
the league?
Yes, people, Stretford Paddock are proud to be sponsored by Betfred. Thank you to Betfred for sponsoring us. Remember, we've got loads of offers coming your way. So make sure you click in the link in the description. Get involved. Remember, you have to be 18 and over. Please gamble aware, and T's and C's do apply.
What if we win the league? We beat
No,
Bournemouth
just
and West Ham.
you win one game,
And then you win the next game.
maybe there was an
We could've
individual
beat
I was
Bournemouth
talking
last
to
time.
was like, listen, you start well,
Yeah.
like this is what happened with Leicester, it's what happened with Chelsea.
Shut up about Leicester. Doesn't count.
No, but
Come on.
that's all that happened, wasn't it? It was like, oh, they won't be here come Christmas, they're still here at Christmas, or they won't be here come March, they're still here by March, and before you know it, Walker's crisp.
21's
And
coming.
also, I think this
I might
Premier League,
just what if though?
this Premier League summer series.
We got
'cause
the
it-
sweaty one before the Scousers.
Oh
Oh,
my
my.
Cry some real tears, you know.
Oh yeah, I would.
I think I'm crying next time we win the league.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't appreciate it enough last time.
Well, we'd gone 13 in 20.
Yeah.
I need to.
It was so,
appreciate
and I was like,
insane.
what, 9 or whatever by the time you get the first one. Like, I'd got my first game is in 1990. Then we obviously do the greatest achievement in the history of association football in 1991.
Yep.
Then we win the League Cup when it still actually mattered in 1992. We're in the Aztec kit, which was sensational. Then we win the league. Then we win a double. And it just rolled on for 20 years of unparalleled dominant success with the greatest manager that's ever existed, and Eric Cantona and Roy Keane. So, like, by the time 2013 rolls around, you're like, honestly, this is just normal. There was so many parades I didn't bother going to.
It's like growing up like this, the child of like a Hollywood actor. You don't know anything else except parties, mansions, baby oil. Whereas now, bloody hell, a little bit of baby oil would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Just enough to get my fingertips moist.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you know what I mean? And I'll make that do. Trust me, I'll make that do.
Yeah, the next time we win the league,
Yeah.
there will be a search party for me.
Yeah.
I'm going to end up in Magaluf. It's
gonna be amazing.
On a 9-leg trip of the Mediterranean. Where's Steve? Don't worry. Ginny's looking for a divorce later, though.
It's fine.
Can you imagine one of these tours as champions?
No.
No, I can't.
I can't.
It's crazy.
No.
Um,
We'll be eating all the wings in all the titty
How far
bars.
into this are we? We're about 50 minutes in and we're talking about being champions. That is absolutely madness.
And also,
It's so
he
mad.
started it.
I
Wasn't
know.
it? What?
I just asked a question. I just asked a question.
Unbelievable.
I just asked a question.
Also,
Like, Steve's
What
fully
if,
drank
though?
the
But
Kool-Aid.
what if you beat Arsenal? And
We
then
do
it's like,
beat
oh,
Arsenal.
then you're on 6 out of 6 points, and then it's 9 out of 9 points, and then we drew one. You're on 10 out of 12. But
keep
we
going.
win
Do the full 38.
Yeah, go on.
And then it's just left,
There you go.
leads away. Imagine. I mean, obviously imagine. And like, also, I think, is it the Premier League Summer Series, whoever wins that gets an extra 20 points in the league?
Yeah,
You
something
start
like
with
that.
20, don't you?
That's-
Yeah.
Something like that. It's like the opposite of a points
that'll
deduction.
keep us up.
Because essentially it is a Premier League tournament, so we should get
In
some
all
points for it.
seriousness, though,
What?
Can that fella?
Where
is
did
there,
Leicester
Rick?
come before they won the league?
they went on that run. I hate
Jay
that.
hates
The Leicester
Leicester.
conversation needs to end. I'm sorry, Steve, but people bring
is
up
so
Leicester
good.
all the time. Any argument, you go, well, Robert Huth was in defence when Leicester won the league. Well, Wes Morgan was the captain when Leicester won the league. Like, it's just, I don't see that happening again. And whilst I obviously would love to see us win the league, can we win the league with the striker we've got, with the goalkeeper we've got?
Joshua Xerxes, yeah.
I'm not so sure at this
Yeah,
moment in
but
time. And also, the Scousers have bought loads and are
Yeah, and it's
so
gonna
far ahead
crumble.
of us.
Is just
And
to,
City can't be ignored, unfortunately. So I think we can do well.
Yeah, but
next
justice
season.
will be
I
done
just-
with them, won't it? I mean, it's only been
Just can't see
a long
I
time.
know, yeah.
What's
That-
going on with that?
Nothing.
know.
Bribery.
Yeah, we'll
Madness.
probably get a slap
Allegedly.
on the wrist and a
What?
a reasonable
Allegedly.
fine.
Yeah,
Sort of
Is
joke.
it alleged at this point?
Is it?
Well, probably. Just a little bit of a heat check, as the kids say. What
kids?
Is there a chance? Someone's kids that I was speaking to. Is there a
Heat check.
chance that
Are you allowed to do that?
for now, is there a chance that because of what happened to us last season, because of how bad they were, because of how much these players know they need to make amends, the manager, everyone is obsessed that last season doesn't happen again, that we're just taking these friendlies 50% more seriously, or 15% should I say, than West Ham and Bournemouth, and that is the real difference here, and that when they are at full strength and at full speed, and they actually care as much as we do right now, that gap is shrunk and maybe much closer to what it was last season.
But what if we take the Arsenal game 50% more seriously than they do?
But we won't.
Did you not think?
We
Like,
will.
I get your point,
It's the Premier League.
I
then.
get your
We're going to
point.
beat them up.
especially in the West Ham game. But I thought Bournemouth were going for us.
I'm not saying they weren't going for it. I don't.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Like,
they're
you
trying.
could see the energy
but
was
like
there.
we've got like a lot of apologies to
Yeah.
do on
Also,
the pitch
bro,
in the way that they don't.
I do
just,
get your
you know
point.
what I mean?
Nah,
Whilst it is Bournemouth, yeah. Bournemouth play some good fucking football. They've got a very good coach, and we batter them. And it's not like we're playing, all due respect, Seattle Sounders or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're playing a Premier League team, and that's what one of you made that point the other day. Like
me
it's
last
good
night.
to be playing against Premier League teams
Yeah.
and kind of working ourselves out.
That's
against
what we're
them.
judged on.
Mm.
What we need to be better, like, you don't necessarily need to beat City and Arsenal to win the league. You don't.
But we
I,
will.
like, I do understand where you're coming from. I
You've
just
got to
think,
beat Bournemouth.
You know, 2 friendly wins and it's like, can we win the title? I'm not quite there yet. I'm just being honest.
Right, well, the answer's no then.
No.
But it's only a question.
Yeah.
And because, like,
No, you might be. I hope you're
I
right.
believe
hope
we're going to
I'm
win the
wrong.
league again at some point. Is it this year? Don't know. Is it next year? Don't know. Is it in 10
Project-
years?
what is it?
Don't
Project
know.
2028.
There's-
That's the plan.
There's only 2 seasons or whatever to get to that. 3 seasons to get to that. Like, we will win the league at some point. So at some point, you will win the league.
I hope I'm alive.
Like,
That's what I worry about.
Yeah, I hope I'm alive.
I still remember my dad and his mates in '93 crying because they'd gone 26 years, and I was thinking, look, I'm staying in this.
No, like you said,
Right.
it's
I
going to
ain't-
be
I ain't got him, yeah.
proper tears, that innit?
Yeah.
Especially if you're with the people that you saw us win the last one with.
Yeah.
And it's like, fucking hell, how long have
you
we
know-
waited for this?
when we last won the league, when we won the league in 1967, my dad was 7. Right, he was then 33, whatever it was.
That's
by
the
the
same
time
age as my dad. That, I think.
when we won the league again. Do you know how old my son was when we won the league last?
7.
7. I
we
keep
need to
saying
wait
to
for
him,
his 37.
what
31st
what happens if you're 33 when
It
we win
could
the
be.
league again?
It could be.
I mean,
'Cause
he's 19.
There's no reason, like, there's no.
That's a scary thing, innit? So, and what I remember when you do things like this is, it might not be. It takes 26 years overall. It might be 26 years from now.
Yeah.
Like we just finished
There's no
15th, which was
guarantee.
lower than we used to finish. But hopefully it won't come.
But where did Leicester come when they? Where did they come to?
Because the other thing is,
I'm just asking you a question, Jay.
17th, I think.
the other thing with that as well is you can even in the meantime have an Arsenal spell where you get really close, you get enough points to win a league, and you get pipped. And
But you
then
don't
that
get enough
team-
Can I
points with
just
the league,
say-
can you? That's a lot of bollocks.
Our fan base gets us over the line.
Maybe.
No
Hopefully.
doubt about it.
But you know
Their
what I mean?
fan base full of wet
Like
wipes.
Arsenal are in the middle, or maybe even drifting away from a little golden generation that they've had, where they've been second, hitting 80
I mean,
plus. 80
what a
plus
golden
points.
generation! They won one FA Cup with Emery's team, and then cock all.
But exactly, that's my point. We could, because we haven't even had that, so we could come back up, go fucking hell.
Yeah, but
You
we've
know,
won loads of trophies in our darkest.
I get that, but I'm talking about league points and winning games like we're talking about. We need to beat the Bournemouths and the
They've
West
came
Hams and all
second
that.
as much as we have in the last 10 years.
Yeah, but we've never had a title charge properly.
They've came second as much as we have in the last 10
But
years.
the
a
point
title
that-
challenge is your perception of it. We were second.
Yeah, I don't think they've had a. Last year was a title challenge.
No, last year wasn't. The two before that was. But what I mean
The
is,
history book said it
we
came
could
second.
go
We came
back.
second.
We could-
did the same thing.
we could get a
We
really
won
good
more
team
trophies.
together,
Finish.
be fantastic for multiple years in a row, and still win fuck all, and then have another dip. And like you said, it could be 26 years
Yeah.
from now.
And what if like they absolutely phoned in every single cup competition,
Yeah.
which probably helped them in their league campaigns. We're not in anything in Europe, at least midweek. We are one game a week FC.
You're right, Steve. We are going to win the league.
That's it. Yeah,
That's a
you
great
convinced us.
All I've got to say is got to start well.
Yeah,
Every time the
then
manager's
over
had a week
38
to
games.
prepare, we've been class.
that's true.
Just saying.
Should we talk
I
about?
swear to God, if we win the league, might just double fuck off all summer
Yeah,
and be mega.
We hit a
close
million
by
subs.
I love it. I do love the fact that we beat West Ham,
games.
Rezzies,
We're
and
so-
Bournemouth, and we think like we're actually having a conversation. Like,
No. We're just planning.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just
Could
preparation,
this,
Jay.
could this be it?
We're going to win the league
Why
at
not?
some point.
No, I
we might
get
as
it.
well plan the party
You may as well
now.
look
Might as
at-
well book the tables.
Stranger
right?
things have happened.
can
I
always
think.
cancel
That's
a
it.
table.
Table.
they're
Yeah.
not taking much of a deposit. I think it's that thing though, isn't it? Because it has been so bad. This is like a sort of a crumb of food to someone who hasn't eaten in 2 days, and you
Yeah.
think it's we're going, oh my god, this is amazing. When realistically, it's the lowest possible thing you can do is win a friendly. As a football club, the least consequential match you can win is the 2 we've just won, and yet it feels like the whole fan base has gone. Just stay calm a little bit.
You know, if
this
we beat-
feels nice.
If we beat Everton and we win our first, and we beat Fiorentina and we win against Arsenal, can that fella cut his hair?
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, I
I
don't
think
know.
that's how it works.
Okay.
Let us know in the comments.
United
Can the United
Strand.
Strand fella
United Strand.
can he cut his hair on the back of friend?
Also, when you
Or
can finally
is there
cut your
rules
hair,
to this?
can we do it on our channel
Yeah, Joe, what?
during the brew?
We'll fly him in.
Yeah, he's
And also-
lives in Spain, don't he?
Do you know what we should do?
It's an easy jet flight though. You're not getting more than that. You're not going on British Airways.
Cut his hair, but just take the ends off it.
No, we got to do. We can do what we want.
No, but I think it's funnier if he leaves looking exactly the same as he came in, but he has had a haircut.
Jaden's
That's what I
doing
wanna
a
do.
barbering apprenticeship.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, look,
Get him in
he's
then.
got plenty
There
of
you
hair
go.
to train on.
There you go.
No guarantees it'll be good, but
There's almost
it will be cut.
it will be cut. That's my one guarantee. When you leave this barbershop, your hair will have been cut. To actually push on and do anything properly next season, whether that's Europa Conference League or above, we're going to need some goals. It does seem as though Benjamin Sesko has been identified, because we've had these conversations that it's been a narrowing pool, including anyone from Jamie Vardy to Nicholas Jackson and everything in between.
Do you know Danny Simpson shit me up, right? He messaged me, Jamie Vardy and that eyes. And I went, are you telling me we're bringing in Jamie Vardy? And then we found the exact message off him because it was something like, he'll score shitloads for United. I'm like, don't do this to me.
does get
And
goals.
then he went, I'm winding you up. I'm like, you're a
We
fucking
don't want
prick,
Jamie Vardy in the
honestly.
club.
He does get goals.
Little cretin.
But we,
Imagine having Becky Vardy at the fucking ground every day. Be worse than that time we had Jordan there every week. We were good then. Imagine being shit and you got to see Becky Vardy in the stands. Fucking cretin.
it wouldn't be
And we're Rooney. We can't suddenly
Do you think?
There you
bring
go.
her in.
Vardy to United, 10 goals and shows Hoyland how to run in behind.
I mean,
He said, no, I'm winding you
fucking
up.
hell.
Off the bench, if we had a proper striker for 10 minutes off the bench, he's scoring so many winners.
If let's say Jason Wilcox went, Jamie Vardy is a proven goal scorer. We've got Sesko in. Hoyland's gone to
Might be
Leipzig. Do you think someone actually mentions his wife in
Then
that,
Berardi
in
goes.
that room?
Yeah.
Do you?
Isn't
Yeah.
his wife a grass?
Yeah, but do you think that actually happens?
Yeah. Someone's like, Wayne Rooney's a legend here.
Also,
That's
you
mad,
can't have
innit?
people
That's
leaking
so
stuff
mad
to
that
the
that would
front.
actually get a
We just
mention.
got
in
rid
it.
of leaks, and now all of a sudden you're going to
Yeah.
bring one.
But it's like Joe, when there was people that was like, I'd have Simeone. You're like, fuck you. Like, there's got to be loyalty in this.
To Beckham.
Like, yeah,
I'll be quick as I have
absolutely.
Diego Simeone. They patch things up.
I didn't.
Steen having that.
Fucking Patrice Evra reckons he's
Would you have
forgiven.
Aldo
He's
Duche.
forgiven Suarez. I've not.
Would you have
No,
Aldo
I haven't
Duche?
either.
It's on site.
I
Yeah.
haven't forgiven Luis Suarez.
Exactly. Right.
I
So, no.
haven't forgiven John Terry, and I was also very disappointed to see him do that thing with Gary Neville. Because Gary Neville, what are you doing? Would you allow Aldo Duche to come through? Is the fella that broke David Beckham's leg against Deportivo? But
That's a football thing. They happen.
It's different. The pool is sort of
Hashtag
narrowed
football reasons.
or dried up or whatever you want to. We've got a small little puddle left,
Right.
and that puddle is called Benjamin Sesko. Whitwell.
How is that
Orpstein,
the
et cetera.
entire striker market on earth, by the way?
I know.
depressing,
Everyone is
isn't it?
after
In
him.
Class A,
There's
million.
there's literally been 4 strikers mentioned by every club this summer. It's Ekitike, Gyökeres, Sesko, and Watkins. That's basically all anyone is after.
And Isaac's like, I'm out of the tune.
Yeah, well,
and
he's
they're like,
doing
where
his
you
own
going,
thing.
man? And he's like, out the tune.
I didn't know.
I'm training with Real Sushi.
Is that real? Has he actually done
I
that?
saw it on the internet somewhere.
I also
must
feel
be.
like, you know, the strikers in the Premier League that we think are duds that are better than these strikers that are available now. Your Darwin Núñez, isn't that? He's another dud in the Prem. Jackson, I think he's better than them.
I think he's better than Sesko.
Yeah, I mean, but he scored 12 goals in Germany, man. I ain't
Didn't Sancho score 15 his last season?
exactly, and he's crap.
Is that the only metric though? Is that the only thing that we're bothered
I'm
about?
just uncertain about spending 80 mil on a player that couldn't score more than 12 goals in Germany. Now, bear in mind, RB Leipzig had a very crazy season last season. I think they sacked their manager, one of their worst league finishes, etc. And you could argue that the team around him has not been performing, and you know he's suffered because of that. But then also, you know, some strikers still get goals. Rasmus Højlund got 16 in a fucking shocking season for Man United the year before, and we thought that was pretty good. 12 goals in Germany, 13 goals in Germany. I think
That is
I'm a bit
legal, just to
suspicious.
clarify. I think you got 20 in all competitions. So
I'm a bit suspicious
you're comparing
about
them
this
to-
one. It's too much money, but it looks like we're going to end up there. That's why I felt like Ollie Watkins was the better choice. Now, there's things about him which he looks better physically than Højlund. He looks like he has better attributes for the Premier League than Højlund.
He's better than Højlund,
but I'm just
but it's a
not
low
sure,
bar.
man.
he's better in the
But we
air.
could sing Unleash the Dragon and Thong Song a lot.
Yeah,
I like him in the big guns.
both songs by Cisco, in case anyone's wondering.
I think it's a bit harsh
go on,
though.
Joe, what do you think?
This like, well, I mean, I'm not Sesko's biggest fan, but Sancho scored 15 goals or whatever in his last season at Dortmund, but he was part of a very good team, and you had the likes of Haaland, and Sancho was on fire that season. He had one of those seasons where, was it 35 goal involvements in 36 games or whatever? It's like almost Lionel Messi numbers. Also, the whole Højlund thing. Sometimes those comparisons don't really work. And like Højlund, yeah, he scored 16 goals in that season. It was very good, but it was just 2 mad purple patches. He had a purple patch in the Champions League where he scored 6 in 6, and he went from Christmas where he scored 7 in 6. And then the rest of the season, he had a bit of a struggle. And I'm going to dig at him because I think 16 goals overall was fine. But it's like, oh, well, Højlund scored 16 and Sesko got 13, so Højlund's just as good. Well, I don't think he is. Do you know what I mean? I think that Sesko, there's a reason United have been looking at him for 4 or 5 years. There's a reason why you can kind of admire a kid who's 18 and goes, I'm not ready to go to United yet. I need to sort of progress before I'm at that level. And do we actually need to get a striker that has the ability to improve? Because while I like Watkins, it's up to me. I'm with you, Macca. I'd get Watkins. But if we don't, then the next best thing will be to get a striker who can do a job now and potentially a better job in 1 or 2 years.
yeah.
So
Also,
I
we've-
don't think it's that bad an idea
Yeah.
to go out and get Benjamin Sesko. And if you just said to me 2 months ago, we're going to go into that first game against Arsenal with Cunha and Bumo and Sesko as your front three, I'd have fucking bit your hand off.
Yeah, and the
I
thing
would have.
with Sesko as well is, with both of him and Watkins, in 4 years' time, it is undoubted that Ollie Watkins will be a worse player than he is now. Sesko could be twice the player.
No,
he
it's
is now.
not.
He's not going to be better at 33 than he is at 29.
Zlatan was.
But okay, again, there's always an outlier.
That was an
Or-
anomaly.
And also, we don't really know if he was because he was playing in France by the time he was 33 and he was playing in a harder league when he was 29.
Yeah, and then he came to United at like 52
and we're still great.
and rasped it up.
But neither of those
That
people,
first
neither of
season,
these
man.
2 guys we're talking about are Zlatan Ibrahimovic. 99% of footballers are worse at 33 than at 29. And I'm assuming that
Also,
Watkins will
like,
be the
if you
same.
could bring in Watkins, yeah, We only need him for 2 years to just get us back into the Champions League.
But that's
then we're
assuming
going to have
then a better striker
massive
comes along
funds.
in the meantime.
Of course there will be.
But we don't know. In 3 years' time, Benjamin Sesko could be one of the best strikers in Europe and out of our reach in terms of price.
Or Højlund.
Do Leipzig really want Højlund?
Supposedly.
I don't know.
I mean, that might be a deal that makes this all palatable. If
That happens, I'm down.
Yeah, if you're getting
Look,
35, 40 million for Rasmus Højlund,
He's
not
better
top
than
the Sesko
Højlund,
bill.
right? That's like
Yeah, I agree
black
on
and
that
white.
front.
Is he better than Højlund? Yes, but I don't know if he's better than Ollie Watkins. Ollie Watkins is a proven Premier League entity. He's only behind Salah and Højlund, who are pretty good. If you ask me, Højlund. Did I say Højlund?
Yeah,
Højlund.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
No. Well, okay. Right. Yeah. Slip of the tongue. Pause. He's only behind Haaland and Salah, who are quite prolific. We know that he can perform in the Premier League, and people putting this time out. Oh, I saw some comments in our comments. People were like, he's 28, he's 29, so that's that conversation over. And you're like, no, it isn't. Like when you buy people with potential, you're adding that potential in as like hatched chickens already. Like
still
there's no
paying for it.
guarantee that you're gonna get to that level. Like we need so many other positions, and like it isn't infinite money. If someone goes, look, we can get Ollie Watkins for about half of what it's going to cost us for him, and that means halfway to getting like a Baleba or somebody in as well, then we are a better squad overall. And when you're buying for potential that could get not realised, he could have an injury, he could not set, he might just come to the Premier and just not get it. It might just not work for him, right? Whereas there's less of a risk of that happening with Ollie Watkins. Manchester United have tried to buy players so often for the future. Like, why not? Like, even if you just won one title, that would work, wouldn't it? Like, it doesn't matter if you buy people for whatever. We need to be better this season because that manager will not be here if we're 15th again. And then it's a complete rebuild, a new formation, new ideas, and restarting this entire process again. I would take right now a bit of short-termism in that one signing because then Mbumo is going to be here for 5 or 6 years. Cunha is going to be here for at least 5 or 6 years, I presume. Like we've got something like De Ligt is going to be here for a long time. Like there is a lot of players that we've got that have got future in them at Manchester United. Why not one signing? That is a bit of a Van Persie in terms of it's extremely short term, but what if he delivers for us? And I'm not saying he's going to deliver 20 like the way Van Persie delivered 20, but like what if he's the one that puts us into the top 4 and then the project can take the next step because we're back in the Champions League and we're back competitive.
And now he's your backup striker. But the one difference for Sesko is Højlund last year was playing with like Anthony, Rashford, Sancho. They were out of there. We had Ahmad who got injured. We had Garnacho who was very much our only wide outlet at times. You're bringing now a young striker who's got Mbumo and Cunha around him. Bruno Fernandes potentially playing there. Ahmad, all of a sudden you're looking at a striker with different service, different alternatives, and it's easier for him than it would have been for Højlund last year. And like you say, it's better. So I don't know if they give us 40 million for Højlund, do it.
Also, with the thing with
If we
Sesko,
get one of them, I'm happy.
Yeah, the thing with Sesko is, whilst I would prefer Watkins, I don't want to contradict myself, it could still take Watkins a little time to settle at Manchester United. It could still, because, Romelu Lukaku banged in goals for Everton and came here and struggled. You can be a Premier League
I don't know if he
striker.
struggles,
All right.
Didn't he score like
42
10 and
in
11 in
96,
his
yeah.
first
Well,
whatever?
then he fell off a bit of a cliff, didn't he? In the big games, he struggled.
That was the waffles.
But do you know what I mean? So that there is a risk there, because if Watkins takes a while to get going and it's coming to Manchester United, the expectation is there, it's a new system, a new manager and all the rest of it, then you haven't got much time after that. Whereas with Sesko, if you take his first season he's a bit up and down, then his next season he kicks on, he might have another 3 or 4
List all the
years
Premier
in him.
League
That's my only
list
worry.
all the strikers that we've signed from the Premier League. Tevez, Berbatov, Van Persie,
Zaha.
Lukaku,
Saha.
Saha.
Fucking mint. Rooney.
yeah,
Cole.
Cole, Cantona,
York.
right?
Teddy.
Sign Premier League strikers. I think you the success rate is phenomenal.
Yeah, it is.
But then you've got your Ruud van Nistelrooy.
You do, yeah.
You've got your
Sesko's not Ruud van Nistelrooy.
You've got your Radamel Falcao's. You've got your Anthony Marshalls. You've got your
Okay, stop.
Yeah,
Stop
you just make him a
stop while
point
you're
for me,
behind.
really, aren't you?
The other thing to factor in though as well is, I know you've got your kind of thoughts on sell on value, Steve. If someone does really well, it don't matter, and if they're really shit, you're still gonna lose loads of money on him. But there is a possibility that, let's say Watkins and Sesko both came here and had 2 middling seasons.
Yeah.
Between 10 and 17 goals both times. Not enough to take us to a league title, but not a disaster. Watkins is worth 20 million after 2 years. Sesko might still be worth 50. And that is a big difference.
We just said that about Hoyland, by the way, when we bought him.
Yeah.
But he hasn't had 2 middling
not a bank.
seasons though, has he? Hoyland's still worth 35 to 40 and he's had an absolute stinker of a season.
Yeah.
So I think that is the case with Hoyland, as it would be with Sesko.
But let's focus on the football, not the account.
But look at Lukaku. He had a middling 2 seasons at United, and we sold him for 10 million less than we bought him for, and we spent 75 million on him.
Yeah.
So,
But
there is
he
that
was-
chance
he
as well
had-
with Sesko.
Absolute. Like, it
Loads
was
of
clear
credit
it
in
was
the
just,
bank.
yeah, it
I
was
get
just
that.
United wasn't the move for him. He
I know it's not the
put
same.
a bit of timber on. You
Exactly.
need to sort that out in Italy, and he was firing again. And all the, I think he's played for every team in Serie A now, hasn't he?
Yeah,
Been
he's
around
got the
the
whole
game.
set.
know.
He's
More
better.
fucking clubs than Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
So do we not just? I know we've obviously spoken about it. Do you not like that as a transfer stick? Do you think that's a bad idea?
Sesko.
Yeah,
I think Watkins is a better idea.
but just take Watkins away. Let's say
you
that
can't
Watkins.
because that's the problem that
But-
we got. It seems like there's an either or.
Okay.
Look,
Would you not? Sign
Sesko's better than Hoyland.
Yeah.
We should have got Liam Delap, man. We should have moved heaven and earth.
I
for
don't
him.
think he's that much.
But
of an
it was
improvement.
30 million. He's probably as good as Sesko, who we're going to end up with for like 1.5 times that. Like, he was the one, man. We could have tempted him from Chelsea. But I know they got Champions League and that, but they're buying so many players. You just go, listen, you're going to be the fucking striker.
Didn't we pull out all the stops though? It wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't like.
Short of offering
Yeah,
him
and he just didn't want
350
a
grand
club.
a week.
He just
yeah.
didn't fancy it.
He wanted to
Do you know
play
what
for
I mean?
Chelsea.
We don't need him anyway.
And also the number of stops you've got to pull
Another
out
ex-City player.
are,
Balls.
are limited when he's got a release clause. We couldn't outbid Chelsea.
Yeah.
I mean, I
and
guess
then
we
wages.
could have,
Are you
but
going to
we were
start
never
giving him
gonna.
daft money wages
Yeah.
wise? What do you reckon then? Because we've all said Watkins is our preferred
Yeah.
choice. What about you?
I would pick Watkins of the two.
Yeah.
But I do understand that if we're trying to do things differently and we're trying to build a team that is ready in 2028 and
Yeah.
then beyond, because you don't just want to. Obviously, we would all take one title right now, but typically, like, people don't tend to build squads with like aging star players to win one league and then want to drop off. No one wants to do it that way. You want to have a team that the average age is 25 when you win that first title. Like, look at Liverpool. As much as it pains us to say it, a decent chunk of the players that won that first one are still there. I know they've lost a few, and Wijnaldum and Henderson, but you've still got Salah, still got Van Dijk. Up until this season, they had Alexander-Arnold, Robertson, still got Alisson.
All right. Let's stop
but-
listing their Premier League.
But you
names.
get my
I'm glad
point.
you didn't call him Trent anyway.
Because
Does matter.
as much as Leicester was amazing, they got relegated 2 years later, and we don't want.
I'll take that.
Yeah, but we don't want
Lads,
that either. You don't
Lads,
want a team.
you're taking
where,
it.
Yeah.
Are you? All right.
Go on, that is
Are
a
you
good
taking
question.
a proper Leicester?
Oh, so I got to go all in. I got to have Gary Neville in his underpants on Match of the Day. I've got to have relegation and a title win.
And an FA Cup.
And an FA
Let's not
Cup
forget
with
that-
Johnny
that FA
Evans
Cup that
a
they
year
won.
later. You having it or what?
No.
Season in the
I
Championship.
tell you what, the views on the videos would be mental, wouldn't they?
It would be absurd.
I'm having it,
Some of those live streams
I'm
that are
having
getting
it.
relegated. is
Because
like,
we might not win 21 anyway. We could be 10 years, we don't win 21. Whereas we could win 21, get relegated, be back in the Premier League.
is it pure footballing reasons to get relegated? There's not like some.
Yeah, not like, yeah. Pure, we just go down.
Oh, I mean, it couldn't be much worse than last year. We've basically been relegated without the punishment, haven't we?
Would you take that then?
I'd take it.
Probably.
Would
not.
you,
You
James?
son of a bitch, I'm in. Jay,
Oh, come
I'm
on.
guaranteeing you.
Playing Wrexham in that, and it's not even a friendly.
I'm guaranteeing you 21 is coming.
And then you know what we do?
Losing to them.
We'd get relegated and like
Ryan Reynolds
Scousers
giving it
or
big
City.
lips.
It's like,
21.
I know what you mean, bro. I do.
What if we don't win the league for 10 years?
I am worried I won't live to see another title. I am.
I've
That
just
is a
gave you
genuine
it.
concern. Like if
21?
it's 26 years from now, I might not be around for that. So
You will.
You will, but you might not.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Mackie. Yeah, we'll have it. We'll get relegated. Wrexham's lovely. It's a European away.
It
You know what
is.
I mean?
Go
So
get your Euros in.
what?
Go get you.
Yeah, well, got me Euros.
Our new stadium, first season,
Yeah.
championship.
Yeah, that'd be great.
What's
That
happening with the
completes
stadium, by
set.
the way?
What's happening with the stadium?
'Cause-
We're pimping it around to any fucker who wants to.
Because
help us
wasn't it
build
announced
I think.
like 6 months ago, and then we still don't even own the
Yeah.
land that
They'll
it's
be
gonna
prepping
on?
and
The
stuff.
planning permission for that is going to be mental. They want to move train stations and all sorts of stuff. Can you imagine
Freightliner and all
the
that.
pitches you have to write for that? We've made a CGI thing. Now, you lot go figure it out.
But I don't think it's going to look anything like that, CJ.
I hope
It's
not.
not
Do
going
you
to
reckon when you hold the picture up and go like,
hang on a minute. This isn't what you sent out to the media. Yeah, don't worry
It's
about
going to
it.
look like every other stadium.
Yeah,
on
of
the
course it
planet.
is. And it ain't going to be 100,000 either.
wait, are we not going to have a big net?
Do you not think it'll be 100,000?
No, I don't.
I do.
I don't.
I think that's the only thing it will be from the plan.
I think it's 100,000 for concerts with the pitch included and
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh,
Because
So
a,
like
lot
a
of pe- a lot of
92
people are
piece.
looking at it going, 100,000 doesn't
What's
make sense.
Wembley?
81,
Yeah.
Will be more than Wembley.
89.
We'll be
it's
bigger than
it's
Wembley.
89 or 90.
Will be bigger than Wembley.
I mean,
I
but
think
then,
shy of 6 figures.
but then if it's more than 90, 100. That is.
But there's like
Safe
there's a
stands,
point where
make bigger.
it gets to like it's almost not worth it because the amount of cost it would do to make it like just that 100,000 is
bigger,
kind
yeah.
of arbitrary.
No,
100,000.
we sell out 100,000 for every game?
No, I don't know if
Not
it
every
Yeah, you can if you keep it like 25 quid a
you
ticket.
like,
And
yeah.
it should be. They should have 18 to 23. It should be beer on tap. It should be get stuck straight into it. It should be unallocated seating for people that come and pay on the gate, like, and fill up the behind the goals. And,
They
and fill
kind
it
of
with
did that a little bit,
bellends.
didn't they? For about a bit with like 18. Was it 18.25, whatever it was, for the first few rows? But
Yeah, those 3
they need
tickets
to-
again.
yeah, they
We're
need to-
old.
they
We
need
need,
to get-
we need
get
to
back
be
on
sitting
that.
like higher up,
Yeah.
or along the
Have
sides.
you seen them
Fill it
installing the
again.
safety standing bars in where we are?
Are they?
Yeah.
What's good, to be fair, because like the seat in front of me is near my ankle.
Yeah,
No,
but
I mean,
they've got
we
'em
never
where I
sit down
stand.
anyway.
Yeah, they've got them where I stand already.
We never ever sit down.
Sit down at half time.
I don't. I'm walking out.
Yeah, you sit down when you get to your car just as the second half kicks off. If you it'd be a real shame if it wasn't any bigger than this one. That'd be
I think
really
it will
bad.
Be. I don't know, I might
goes
be
from
wrong,
the
but
Del
there's been a
Alpine,
lot of
No,
reports
it
that
will
the-
100% be bigger than this.
that
Juventus
it
went
won't-
from 67, then it's like 38.
Yeah.
When
Well,
we
we were-
rebuilt
we-
with Del Alpi.
we were-
Like,
We were at Soldier
Miss
Field the other
Goolsey.
day. We were at Soldier Field the other day, and that was redeveloped in 2003. It went from 65,500 to 61,500. They made it smaller.
Yeah.
They redeveloped it, and
But they biggered it.
they biggered it.
Yeah.
But they smaller
bigger.
it.
Biggered it.
Yeah, but it's got
so they can charge double for the ticket.
you've got bigger seats now.
So now they got 60,000 tickets at double the price rather
Yeah.
than 65 at
by the way,
half the
why
price.
would you build a stadium in Chicago and not put a roof on it?
Oh, I googled this as well. So Chicago only has 30 fewer days of rain per year than Manchester does.
Really?
So it's not like it's
Imagine
like
Old
San
Trafford without a
Diego. It rains 120 days a year. So you've literally got a 1/3 chance of getting pissed on, and they didn't put a roof on it. What?
And American football's played in the autumn through winter.
Yeah, and it also gets absolutely freezing here. I don't know how much heat a roof keeps in, but I'm sure it's a bit. It can't be none. Like that is a
it was
mad thing
that
to
it
do.
emptied out as well when it's raining.
Yeah, of course it did.
Everyone
Because it
was
was
like,
you
nah,
just
forget
completely
it.
unprotected.
Do you know what it reminded me of?
It was the concourses, wasn't it? Everyone was in the
Do
concourses.
you remember when they used to give out those plastic cagoule things when they were redoing the Stretford and everyone sat in
What a
them?
word, by the way.
Yeah.
Cuckoo.
Like,
I used to
it was
collect
like
them. I used to run around like 8, 9-year-old Steve just running around collecting them.
But it's not
That's
just
like me with them flags when I'm leaving Wembley, just popping them off the fucking...
rolling them up.
That was fucking...
I'll do something with that at some point. Where are they now at your house? Up on the wall?
Joe United used to give
Yeah, right.
pints in like plastic pint glasses as well, which had a United badge on them. We used to take all them home. Fucking hundreds.
Mate,
of
I'm
them.
gutted, you know. My mate Gav, who I met out here in America, absolute legend. I met his dad and his kid as well. Class guys. He brought me a Toronto Raptors jersey because he knew I collected like vintage and retro basketball jerseys. But he also had a can for me from 88, from 1988, by the way. And it was a Manchester United like can, and it had a space on it which said "Place your advertisement here." So they hadn't sold the advertising slots yet, but it was like it was from the 80s.
A
And it
little
was
drinky.
like, yo, he tried to bring it into the stadium, and then obviously you can't bring your own drinks into the crowd.
So did you have to bid it?
So no, we went and put it back in the car, and then obviously I met him, and he only had the jersey for me. But yeah, got it. I never got that, but it was a great thought, and thank you for the jersey, Gav. And yeah, man, it was just great. I love little memorabilia pieces.
That's the good thing about the tour as well, isn't it? It's like you get to meet so many people that we don't normally get to meet, and you're always chatting to people. and-
I love it, man. I
We
love
met
it.
a lady
People
that
giving you
from the
basketball
Albuquerque Supporters Club last night again, and then we met her in San Diego last year. She had a she had the Paddock podcast thing that we all signed. Do you remember?
Yeah,
Remember it last year?
yeah.
No.
You don't?
No.
She had the Paddock podcast sort of thing that used to be on iTunes.
Oh, the
And she-
picture.
yeah.
Yes, I do remember
And
that. Sorry.
we
yeah.
all signed it for her. We met her in Chicago.
she
last
brought
night.
her son
Anna
over,
Sonia,
innit? Yeah.
Anna son.
Trust me, the hospitality out here, like MUFC Chicago, like they are absolutely incredible, and the hospitality that they shown us was amazing. And they were just kind of like, guys, we love you, like, you know, you like can do whatever you want whilst you're out here, and it was just like amazing. And then obviously we're going to meet up with the Atlanta Reds as well. Obviously New York with the New York Reds and everything, and not just those supporters groups. Like you say, you have the Albuquerque Reds. We met the Mexican Red Army as well, which was class. I'm going to arrange to go out and watch a game for them
Geez
during the
from
normal
Ohio
season.
that was telling me about the girls' soccer school that he coaches over in Ohio. It's like a town of 4,000 people. You know, there's so many cool people that you get to meet like that, and it's fun listening to, like, they're like, yeah, I listen to you every single day, and you're like, mate, get a fucking grip.
We were walking past someone in, I can't remember where we were, and he was listening to us.
New York.
Anyway,
What you had
New
you on
York.
at the time?
Yeah,
he
New
was
York.
like, headphones, and he went, and we went into the game, and he was like, he didn't know there was a game on, so he wouldn't expect us to see us in New York. And he was like, oh, hold on, I was just listening to you, like, which, I mean, we didn't know there was a game on listening to us.
That was mad, that wasn't it?
But shows you how much good we do on these pre-season tours, I guess.
Yeah, you just get all the information across just perfectly. People don't even know there's a game on. And that is our
In
fault.
their city.
That is our
That
fault.
was kind of when he didn't know.
Was I there for that?
No, I think it was me and him.
Oh, was
walking
it?
around.
But he could have just,
us free. We went for a walk.
Oh, yeah.
That was
Some
it.
people
I went
just-
for that monster walk.
yeah, some people just switch off during pre-season, don't they? And he was
that's-
probably there for work or something. He
Yeah.
probably wasn't, you know, meant to be there. But yeah, it is unreal, man. And yeah, like we say it every video, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. That is going to be all from us. Thank you very much once again for joining us. Thank you to Betfred, of course, as well, for sponsoring the show. The link to them is in the description. We've been doing our bet builders, is all sorts of other stuff on there to check out with the preseason and the full season coming up as well. Check out the link in the description. Make sure you are 18 plus and be gamble aware, of course. Steve, Jay, Adam, I'm Joe. This has been Off the Bar. We'll see you in a bit.